So the Cowboys Falcons game just wrapped up, and I have decided that there is no saving this Dallas team. These guys need to rebuild from top to bottom. Mike McCarthy is incompetent, the run game is laughable, and the defense is softer than soft. We started this week with the knowledge that Elliott would be missing the game due to, of all things, disciplinary reasons. Unsurprisingly, this made no impact. The Cowboys put up as pitiful running stats as they do every game. Speaking of making no impact, Mike McCarthy is just unfit for coaching. The guy dialed up the sorriest fake punt I've ever seen, and at one of the worst times too, leaving the already struggling defense at terrible field position.
And it is a fake for Bryant, and incomplete.
This one obviously turned into 6 more points for the Falcons. Speaking of defense and terrible, I think the lights are just a little too bright for some of these guys. It actually seems like nobody on this defense wants to tackle. The secondary is in rough shape. Trayvon Diggs was fresh off of getting mossed in the end zone by Drake London when he allowed yet another 6 points to go uncontested in one of the more boneheaded blown coverages I've seen in a while.
Exactly what's happening. Cousins throws to the vacated spot, and Darnell Mooney can walk home for a touchdown.
I understand they still have no Parsons and still no Deron Bland, but something has to change here. It really seems like Aubrey, the kicker, is the only silver lining of this entire team, as shown by this 58-yard bomb he put through. Just about the only other highlight for the boys this game was this goofy touchdown pass that was juggled and then eventually just falls into Dowdle's hands.
Floats it to the end zone. Caught!
Really seems like this team has to luck into their points at every turn. At some point, Prescott was actually yanked from the game with a hamstring injury, and the game finished off rather unceremoniously with the Falcons taking it by 6. It's unsure right now if we will see Prescott back next week. And I know Lamb went down too a few times, kind of tugging at his shoulder, so this Dallas team could be headed for rock bottom here, even lower than the last few weeks. Dak finished up the day with just over 100 passing yards and 1 touchdown, which funnily enough sounds like his backup Cooper Rush's stat lines. Just over 100 yards and 1 touchdown, with the difference being this was just done in 1 quarter. Really makes you think what the true problem is in Dallas. Honestly, you could probably just take your pick at this point and whichever one you want to complain about, and you'll probably be correct. These guys are soft. Well, barring a miracle, that's the last of the Cowboys' playoff hopes gone. So I want to know, what is their biggest problem currently, and what do you think they should do to pivot going forward? As always, let me know down below, and you might as well drop a sub and a like while you're down there.